See ya. Okay, and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about the original OG Gundam 0079. Yes. And it's not good. Like, damn, wow, this show was bad. It makes me wonder how this, Gundam became a franchise in the first place. Just how bad the show was. But, that's that. Um, Honestly, before I begin, I just wanted to say that I'll be doing more of these too, cause I watch a lot of anime, but I've never been a really big Gundam fan. I don't like mech anime. It's not my favorite. I don't like robots fighting. It's not. It's just not that interesting. I understand though why other people find it interesting, and that's okay. But this isn't even really my first experience. I watched Iron Blooded Orphans before this, and I thought that show was pretty fucking good. It had its own problems, its own tropes that modern anime has, but it was still a good show. I just wanted to get into Gundam because it's this whole, Gundam is this whole thing. It's huge, and I didn't actually realize how huge it was. So this isn't gonna be a review because there's no way I'm gonna be reviewing 43 fucking episodes. That's a fucking nightmare. But that's that. You'll be seeing more Gundam videos in the future. And if you don't know, Studio Sunrise is the production company that created uh, Gundam. And it's basically their main cash cow. But you probably also don't know that they did create other series like Cowboy Bebop and Code Geass, even Gintama. They're actually pretty good at what they do. Gundam is just their main shtick. So check those out too. Those are pretty fun. Let's just start out with the plainly obvious. This show is really bad, and the art and animation, fucking god awful. Okay, oh my god. You know, in some scenes, people's like model character models just look wildly inconsistent from other episodes. Sometimes people's faces would have like droopy eyes and just completely janked up facial models. It's so weird. It's funny. It's funny. But yeah, listen, I don't fault the anime for having really outdated poor animation and art styles. Listen, it was basically the beginning of the 80s when this show came out. I mean, this show's probably it was probably in production for like a year or two. But I can forgive the bad animation. I can forgive it. What I can't forgive is the really weird characters that don't sync up well with the plot. It's so weird. It's terrible. So the plot is really simple. Okay, it's the Federation versus the Principality of Xeon. That's basically it. And we find our main characters, just battling Xeon throughout the whole show and trying to beat them. You know, fuck, I can't exactly remember why they're fighting. Something like the Principality of Xeon split from the Federation, and then just wants to conquer them and beat them. Some stupid like story stuff. Anyway, our main character is Amaru, Mr. Ray Skywalker. I swear to God, Amaru is basically Ray from Star Wars. He is just so OP, it's ridiculous. We start out our story with him. We're in the colony of Side Seven. That's what they call it. Um, and God, it starts off from there. Xeon attacks. Well, they're apparently on a scout mission, but they're like shooting people and killing people. That's not what scouts should do, but whatever. They attack. They have to evacuate the colony. Amaru gets away in the very new special Gundam. The Gundam everyone knows, the blue and white Gundam, and a bunch of other people, his friends, one of his friends, and people he doesn't really know. They go to something called the White Base. It's basically their home for the series. It's where they all live and fight. And immediately Amaru is just fucking murking people uh, all the time, and nothing. He never takes like any noticeable damage ever in this show. They never actually lose either. The white base never loses a fucking battle throughout the entire show. It's crazy. They're always like talking about how hard a fight this is, but it's not really because Amaru just like takes out in the first episode. He has no idea how to fly a Gundam or pilot it, and he just fucking takes out like two or three of the Zaku mobile suit Gundams from Xeon. It's crazy. Like, whoa, how did this happen? And this happens throughout the whole show. Amaru is just constantly fucking up people all the time. At one point in one episode, he's facing off against like 10 other fucking new type Gundams, and he kills all of them. He does it by himself. And no one is like astounded by it. It's crazy. Like, how is this man doing this? Oh my god. This is the problem also with the plot. The first like 13 to 20-ish episodes. The side 7 is a part of the Federation. The Federation is like uh, Earth side. And for some reason, Earth Federation isn't like, we don't get to actually see Earth Federation till like episode 16 or 17 in the show, even though like White Base and Amaru with the Gundam have been like fucking up Xeon forces the whole way there. They've been like being constantly attacked by people. And the Earth Federation doesn't come to help. And there's some stupid side plot about like the Earth Federation's mad at White Base because they stole the parts to the Gundam and the White Base. I don't like that word, stole, because they didn't steal it, They used it to get away from the attack that Xeon made on them. If they didn't do that, then Xeon would actually have the White Base and the Gundam they made. Also, another thing, the Earth Federation doesn't like help them at all. It's so weird. They know that it's because the White Base fucks up everyone it comes across. They always win. You'd think that the Earth Federation would want to help them keep their assets healthy, but no. They barely. There's one episode where they do resupply them, but it's like once, and then it's by this some chick that Amaru like, oh, I gotta jack off to her, but she dies. It's fine. Doesn't matter. She's not important. Whatever. But yeah, still, they almost like court-martialed the entire crew of the White Base just because they call it stealing. They stole these parts. Again, they didn't steal it. Xeon would have taken the White Base and the Gundam, and then what? And then everyone on Side 7 would have died. And then you don't have your super weapon that helps you defeat Xeon. Basically, it's stupid. Why would you threaten to do that when they've literally done more? This one like it's not even, I don't even know what to call it. This one ship, I guess, has done more for the Federation than years of fighting Xeon in just 1 year. It's crazy. It's they're jealous, I guess. They're fucking jealous. I hate that so much. Like, why? Logically, the Federation should be immediately like assisting White Base and Amaru at every turn and every point in the story as soon as they like find out about it, because they're just so important. They just keep. It's clear that they keep fucking everyone up. Highlight commanders in the Xeon hierarchy. It's so dumb. Fuck. I don't know why. I hate it. Oh god, and the characters, dude. Everyone aboard the White Base is a fucking asshole, and even Amaru. God. Oh my god, dude. At some points they basically force Amaru to fly the Gundam, and this is his first time. Like he kills people. Amuro, there's death in this show. Amuro like con- he fucking murders tons of people. He kills them all. It's just that at some point, like Amuro's having a tough time with like killing people. Everyone on the white base is like, "What are you doing, you coward? Fight! Kill them!" Amuro's just like a boy. He's a kid. And they're forcing him to fly this thing. He doesn't even really want to fly it. It's like, whoa, okay. After there's another point where they think that Amaru can't handle it. Amaru hears this, overhears this. I don't know how they didn't see him. He was literally to their right, and they didn't look to their right. It's so funny. And Amaru's like, I'm fine. I won't fly anymore. And the next episode after, they're all thinking about fucking killing Amaru just because he left. He left for an episode. He took the Gundam with him. You know, he had a little temper tantrum. They're like, we gotta kill him. He's gonna go to Xeon and fight us. Stupid! Oh my god! You forced him to fight, and now you don't want him to fight because he can't handle it. But now you're gonna kill him because he left. Fucking stupid. Also, some of the names for characters in this show is really weird too. Like Frau Bo, Char. Uh, some normal. Amaru's normal. Uh, what's another one? Fuck. Garma. Just Elysia. Kylesia, something like that. Shit, it's really strange. Pretty funny. Let's talk about even more characters. We have the children that the White Brace crew keep on. They just keep them for some reason. They're part of the refugees after the first attack in the first episode. They keep them. They're pretty much useless and annoying. They don't do anything at all, really. I don't know why they're there. Oh, there's some sexy scenes in this show too, by the way. There's like one sexy bathroom scene. God damn it, Japan! It's with like a 16-year-old girl. Japan, stop it! Japan. No, it's not sexual, but you know, fucking come on. And the other really annoying characters, yeah, Frabo, she's basically useless. She's a she's a non-character almost. She's just Amaru's childhood friend from Side 7. Then we have Sala and Ryu, Bright, Lieutenant Bright. He's the captain of White Base, basically. And he makes some really weird decisions throughout this whole show. Really, really weird. And then there's Ensign Mirai, who is also really weird. There's a lot of weird character relationships too. Like Ensign Mirai has been with like Lieutenant Bright, and it seems like Lieutenant Bright likes her, but Ensign Mirai doesn't like her. It's like, but they've been together for the whole time, like since like episode 1, basically. And then the new guy comes in, the new Chad, dude, new Chad with blonde hair comes in, and then 2 episodes later, oh, a few episodes later, they're just like, "Oh, I love you too." We never got to see this relationship unfold. It just happens out of nowhere. It's so weird. And then he dies. Wow, brilliant. I forget his name. Their new lieutenant from Earth Federation joins the board. I forget his name. Um, Whatever. He had blonde hair. Maybe I'll show a picture. Maybe I won't. I don't care. He's pointless. He barely does anything. But there's only like one good like. Also, another terrible, really retarded relationship plot. Kai. He pilots the gun cannon. Um, he decides to leave. Oh, right before this is also stupid. I was like, what the fuck? So Earth Federation gives Whitebase an ultimatum when they come to Earth and they actually start helping out. They're like, okay, you can join the military, but if you don't, we're gonna, incarcerate all of you. Just because you know too much about the Gundam and the Whitebase, and that's ridiculous. You're gonna force all these kids to fight, basically. and win for them because the Federation can't do it themselves because they're so retarded and incompetent. So like, okay, whatever. They basically they all like agree to like, yeah, we're gonna keep fighting Xeon. At some point, Kai leaves when they get to Ireland, and he's like, guys, I'm kind of had enough of killing people. I'll see ya. Everyone calls him a coward as he leaves. You're pathetic, Kai. And he finds this spy girl. He finds a girl. She's a spy. He knows she's a spy. Does nothing about it. Basically, the spy finds her way. Uh, Before that, Kai comes back. Is like, all right, I guess I'll help kill the Xeon for you guys. You're helpless without me. Not really. They have Amaru. He's immortal. uh, and he goes back. Whatever. The spy girl. She goes back. She slips onto the ship. She goes in there trying to get information, trying to figure out where White Base is going next, and she's giving information to Char. Oh, and she does it. Uh, Other people slip in. She gets that information to them. They get that information to Char. Char's now ready to attack White Base. A lot of people die. A lot of the crew of the White Base die because of this one girl. After this, after like giving this information to the Xeon, she's like, Kai, I want to fight for you. Let me fight for you now. Kai's like, okay, let's go. Like, he just let this spy. He knows she's a spy. He let her on the ship. He didn't stop her from handing out information at all. He didn't tell anyone she was a spy. And then that episode when they're like fighting together, she fucking dies. I was so happy. At the end of it, Kai's like crying for her. Like, whoa, she inadvertently killed like a bunch of your crew. So funny. Oh my god, there's other really bad fucking dialogue scenes. Oh, between Amaru and his mom. Amaru hasn't seen his mom since like his dad took him to Side 7, and she didn't want to go because she's a bleeding heart pussy. He was like, I don't want to go into space. My heart. Bye, Amaru. She basically abandons her child. Amaru goes back home to Earth. He finds her. She's working at a refugee camp, trying to help people, and oh, it's real sweet. It's a nice moment until like Xeon scouts like are searching the area, and ooh, they find Amaru. Amaru kills one of them. Somehow doesn't kill the other one. There's two of them, and then Amaru's mom's like, "Why did you kill them?" It's like, "What do you mean? I had to. They were gonna capture and kill me." She's like, "You're a pathetic child. War is bad." Like, whoa, Bob. You let me get captured and killed, and then I can't defend myself? You're a pathetic child. It's so stupid. People make such weird decisions in the show. It's strangely incompetent. Oh my god, then we have Char. Char's pretty. He's got like the most drip in the show for sure, with his helmet, I guess. Uh, he's basically just hunting down Whitebase for the majority of the show, trying to beat Amaru. He doesn't. He doesn't. He beats Amaru once when they first fight, and then Amaru just like BTFOs everyone else in his way. And I say beat Amaru. He doesn't really beat Amaru because Amaru like escapes and destroys. He's like fighting 1-on-3, so Char basically loses. And oh, we should talk about the Esper thing. I hated this. I hated it a lot. It's basically an explanation for why Amaru's just so good. This is why I'm calling him the Ray of Gundam, because it, the the Esper thing is used as like a weird force thing. It comes out of nowhere. It's referenced in one episode when they get to Earth by this girl. I'm sorry, I forget her name. She's like an Earth Federation captain. She's the same one I said before who like brought up about all the supplies. And yeah, espers are real. It's like what? Okay. Turns out Amaru is an esper. Now they call it the new types, and they keep finding like new types um, in their armies, but it's just three people really. It's this old guy who Amaru kills, and this other girl called Layla or Lila, Lala. She's got a weird name too. Uh, so the new types, I don't like it. They're incredibly OP, especially Amaru, who's the most OP. Lila's like in this other weird relationship with Char, even though she just entered the show very late, like past episode 30. We see her in like side 6, and the new types they fucking Lila specifically is weird. She can like control her like Gundam's laser bolts. Ah, God, it's so strange watching it like unfold. And it doesn't matter though. For Umberu doesn't even really know this person. He's had like one conversation with her inside 6 because well, I'll just say it, side 6 is a neutral zone somehow. There are other probably neutral zones in like space between Xeon and the Federation. We don't see them all. We just see side 6. We only see side 7 too. Side 7 was not neutral. It was helping the Federation, which is why I'm mad about the Federation not helping White Base. uh, it's neither here nor there. We actually find Amaru's dad at side 6 too. I might as well say this. His dad's just a obsessed asshole, just like Amaru. He's only fixated on like the Gundam. Amaru gets sad about it. Whatever. His dad doesn't really care. Only cares about the Gundam. It doesn't matter. So we see Lila. She can like perceive people from like thousands of miles away using her like Esper powers, and she can like call out to them somehow. It's like the new types can call out to each other too. Oh, it's so strange thing, honestly. Fucking, it's used at the last episode when they finally like they beat all the Xeon forces. Amaru's like he fights Char, he beats Char again, man on one. Uh, Now he can like talk to people in his mind telekinetically. Like whoa, it was just sci-fi robots. Now we're doing like espers and telekinetic powers. Like okay, it's getting a little crazy. It's supposed to be an explanation for why Amaru is just kicking ass throughout the whole show. So I don't like it at all. God. And there are fights every episode basically. Most of the fights are kind of okay. I mean, again, the art and animation is not good, so you're not it's not gonna be anything like modern. Also, the sound and the audio, like when characters talk and when like explosions happen, sometimes they're like off cue. Also, sometimes they just don't sound right. They don't sound like what they're supposed to sound like. It's not as good. Some of the music is okay, I guess, like in the background. Some of the OSTs. That it has a lot of audio issues though. Uh, Whatever. Listen, this show is not a pleasant experience. I was not happy throughout the entirety of this show. And there's 43 episodes. That's a lot of time to watch with just being upset about. I had to watch it though because I had to get through all of it. Okay. I'm sick of talking about it. Listen, I'm gonna rate the show like a 3. It's pretty fucking bad. I am okay. And okay, listen, I am currently watching Zeta. I don't know how long that's gonna take. It's another 50 episodes, so there's gonna be more Gundam content after this. I promise. There'll be more sideshow talk and main UC line talk. Okay, for the canon of Gundam. That's it. I give the show a 3. Fuck this show. bad voice acting, bad plot, awful animation, terrible art style. Jesus. Okay, everybody. That's it. See ya.